Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. Happy Nerd Word Day. Alexa, when I said good morning to her this morning, she said that today was Happy Nerd Word Day. So that brings me to the question: do y'all have a favorite nerd word? I'm not even sure what a nerd word is, but I'm sure I'll come up with one eventually. Let's see who we got over here. A little small crowd assembling over in the YouTube area, looks like. Let's see, we got Javi's here this morning. How you doing, Javi? Larry Galt says, Javi, you're hard to beat. Yeah, he's usually the first one here. Paul Stewart's in the house. How you doing, Paul? Bart Pixel says, I remembered the show this morning. Barry Curtis, good morning, Barry. How you doing? Hitch Hamilton's in the house. Good to see you on here, Hitch. Clyde Labonte says, good morning. Dwight Bennett, good morning from Indy. Good morning to you. Hitch Hamilton's got an interesting little fact. Says Jimmy Page is 76 today. That is awesome. Jimmy Page is pretty awesome in my book. 76, good for him. Steve Gronsky's here. Happy Thursday, says Steve. Jason Pulliam, hello everyone, he says. And notice, I got a story to tell you about these. I'm such an idiot sometimes. Well, a lot of times, probably. But I have a Stream Deck, and for those of you who don't know what a Stream Deck is, it's a little panel with a bunch of buttons. Mine has 32 buttons. And you can program those buttons to do certain things. Well, I really only use like 2 buttons for the coffee sessions because I found out you can do what's called a multi-action, and you press the button and you can get it to do several different things. So I have a button that I press every morning when my timer that's counting down, when they call it showtime, but at about 4 minutes and 30 seconds to go, I usually hit that button. And then it's got like a 5-minute delay, and then it will automatically send a tweet to my Twitter account. And then it will have some other delays, like a 30-second delay or whatever. And then it will post comments like this in YouTube. So instead of me having to remember to hit a button to post that comment, I just hit that one button, and there's timers in there so that it does this stuff automatically. Because I'm so forgetful, it's easier if I'm doing good, just remember push one button. But I haven't seen those messages pop up for a while now. And dumb old me, I finally figured it out yesterday. I took a closer look at my Stream Deck software. And if y'all remember, I switched computers. I switched to a new computer about 9 days ago. And that's been about how long it's been since I've seen those silly messages. So what's happened was, even though when I, because I didn't have the Stream Deck software on this new computer, when I downloaded it, put it on this computer, it found my Stream Deck and it had all my stuff saved. All the buttons was saved. So I assumed that everything was saved. Well, it didn't have the account information because you got to tell it that it's okay to use your Twitter account and YouTube account and all that, send messages. So that's why none of those messages have been popping up. But I see they are now. So it's all good. Finally got it fixed. What an idiot I am, I tell you. All right, we got Janet here in the house this morning. How you doing, Janet? I can always count on her to be over there on Facebook for me, checking out the Facebook stuff. Thank you so much, Janet, for being here drinking coffee with me. Ryan Ballard says, morning, Dave and people of Earth. How do you know we don't have some aliens in here? Could be. George Rothfuss good AM from Southern Michigan where it is severe clear. I want to go flying, and I think he means flying. Pretty sure he means flying. I thought bird was the word. Yeah, it is from back in our day, isn't it, Janet? Steven Toronto, good morning, sir. You're still welcome to come on the show Saturday, Steven, if you want to. I don't look like I'm going to get any other takers. Everybody's camera shy, I guess, or something. I don't know. You really know how to start a worldwide Alexa report. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I just, I get up every morning and I say, Alexa, good morning. And she'll tell me what's going on. I got something else to tell you too about Alexa. She's getting a little bit sassy with me. Um, I have, let's see, it's like a Fox 5 Atlanta app. That's the local news channel I watch. And you enable, I don't know how it works, but you enable the skills on the Fox 5 Atlanta thing, and it's all connected with Alexa. So I can get up in the morning, and I got to say it quiet because if I don't, she'll start yakking in there. And she's already mad at me this morning. But if you say, Alexa, what's my briefing? Or you can just say, Alexa, what's going on? Yeah, there she goes. Alexa, stop. Now, how come she doesn't hear that? Oh, man. See, she's getting sassy. But anyway, I'd ask her what my briefing was this morning. And they rattle off. They do like the NPR news and they talk about stuff going on in Washington. Then they'll do the local news. They'll talk about the weather and just, just stuff that's happened overnight. They kind of get you up to speed. Well, I said that this morning and she rattled off. And then for some reason, I kind of drifted off and wasn't really paying attention to what she said. And then a couple of minutes later, after she had stopped, I thought, well, I really wasn't paying attention. I'm going to ask her again. So when I asked her the second time, she let me know that she'd already told me that, And of course, she did. She said it again, but she was a little bit sassy, like, well, I've already told you that once this morning or something to that effect. I can't remember how she said it, but I don't know. May have to unplug her, but I don't know. All right, let's see. Hobby says, got woke up by a tenant who doesn't have heat in its place. Not a good way to wake up. Yeah, well, it's a good thing they're in Florida. They'd really let you have it if they were around here because it's like 30. Well, it's up to like 37, I think, now. But she's still yakking in there. I can't get her to shut up. More than everyone, 15 degrees and climbing. Dang. I get cold just thinking about your post every time you put it on here. Steven says, ha ha. I guess he's thinking I'm joking about coming on the show. You're setting off my Alexa, yeah. Is she telling you what's going on in the world? Set mine off, yeah. I can't believe because I was trying to be quiet and I said it. Now she started talking, and then when I turned around and told her to stop louder, she just ignored that. She's still in there yakking. She has a mind of her own, yeah. Dave say, Alexa, fire the photon torpedoes, yeah. Anytime I whisper, my wife hears me, never pays attention otherwise. Isn't that the truth? Yeah. Who needs a wife to sass you when Alexa will? Yep. Yep. She's just getting a little bit too comfortable around here, I think. 26, where Clyde's at. All right. Yeah. Speaking of weird stuff, let me see if I can get her to shut up. Alexa, stop. Still yakking. I don't get it. Holler at her, and she keeps going. Whisper, and she starts talking. She'll shut up in a minute, I guess. I don't guess you guys can hear it because it's probably. Is she still going? Um, anyway, I got a couple of interesting emails. I had a great one yesterday. I shared with y'all the little fisherman from AT&T. That was funny. But this morning I got up and I got an email here from the Marriott. I think I've stayed at a Marriott one time. I don't know if I've ever told you that story, but that was a disaster. Um, Ended up checking out early. Vowed to never stay at another one. But anyway, somehow I'm on their list, and they sent me an email, and it says, and I'm not kidding you. I can show you this if you want to see it. It says, "Embrace the sun. Save up to 25% in the Middle East." Yeah, that's where I want to go for my vacation. Yeah. Alrighty. Well, sorry, Marriott. And I know I've unsubscribed from this because you always scroll down to the bottom, and there'll be oh yeah, it's not even a clickable link. It says you can also unsubscribe by writing to. Who does that anymore? That is so stupid. Anyway, that's not the email I really wanted to tell y'all about. I've got I got one today, and I'm gonna have to walk in there and tell her to shut up. She is still going. Let me mute my mic for a second. There. I hope y'all hear me yell. I had to tell her to shut up, and she finally did. Um, all right. So now that I can hear myself think, so you probably couldn't even hear her, but she would just tell me about all kinds of stuff. I didn't even ask her to say anything. All right. I got this other email. We've been talking. Oh, first of all, did anybody go and watch the Shadow Government movie, the documentary I was telling you about yesterday? If you haven't had a chance, might want to write that down on your list of stuff to watch. It's pretty good. I watched the rest. I told you I fell asleep about halfway through the first of it. Um, and I put it on last night just to kill some time and fast forwarded to the part or about where I fell asleep, and then um, watched the rest of it. So it's pretty good. Uh, okay. So I get up this morning, and of course, like I already told you about the Marriott email, and I had another email from Google Maps timeline, and this one was pretty. I don't know what the word to use is, but anyway, I've got it. I've got this set up over here. I think I can screen share this because I clicked on the thing where it says Explore Timeline. I just wanted to show y'all this because this is what she was telling me, or Google Maps. I say she, it's probably not a she. It was telling me. But here's what it shows when I hit Explore Timeline. And it shows that in 2019, which is up here, you talk about Big Brother, it knows everywhere I went, which wasn't a whole lot of places. But let me zoom it out a little bit. Okay, so you can see I don't go very far. But of course, here's Atlanta, and it's got a bunch of little spots here. Over here, it's that apparent, and some of these spots I don't even know what they are. So it's apparently that's where I must have stopped for gas. Because if you stop for a moment, they consider that a visit, I guess. Because it's telling me how many cities and stuff I stopped at. I don't know what that is. I zoom in close enough. Oh, that's probably that. I think this is it's in North Carolina, so this must have been when I went to the North Carolina Cigar Box Festival over there. So it knows that. That apparently like I said, must be where I stopped for gas. Then it's got some. Oh no, here's some more. Some stuff. I know this all had to do with the festival, so it's either where the festival was or apparently where I stopped for gas. Um, then, in September, I went to Indiana. And if you follow this, you can see, well, there I was in Alpharetta, but that was for something else. But here you can see there's a place where I stopped for gas. There's a place where I stopped for gas, apparently. I remember stopping for gas here in Seymour, Indiana, on the way up to Indy. And of course, there it's showing me all around Plainfield. And what was weird is I don't know if I can find well, in the email, it actually had some pictures. They're not showing up over here, but it's got a picture of, it says Plainfield, but it's got like a lake or something. And I don't really remember going by there, but I must have. It has Jackson and Madison pictures, which are in Georgia. And that's where I took my dogs to the boarding thing before I went on that trip. It's got a nice picture here of the Oasis Diner in Plainfield, which I had breakfast there that Saturday morning, the weekend of the reunion. It's got a Cracker Barrel store, the Grove Winery, which is in North Carolina. So, we talk about Big Brother and stuff. They know everything. And if I click this here to all time, you can see that here's back in, I think, 2017, when I went out to the Dallas-Fort Worth area for a meetup out there. These other little spots are probably where I stopped for gas. But man, it's crazy. Like I said, you can't hide these days because they know. And that's part of what they were talking about in that shadow government, is why I was mentioning that, is even if people turn off their phone, they think, well, I'll just turn off my phone. They won't know where I'm at. No, that's not how it works. When you turn off your phone, it's still, you're basically turning on a receiver or transmitter or whatever, because it has to communicate with all the different cell towers, so that if somebody calls you, it don't try to look for you all over the world. It already knows where you're at. So it knows to hit that cell tower that's closest to you and ring your phone. So yeah, so it doesn't work. So if you're, and I figured the only places that don't know where I went is when I went and forgot my phone. I see some other people are looking it up. I drove 17,046 miles. Well, you know what was funny? And let me go back to, well, let's see, the email over here, and it's talking about 2019. And you can tell I'm a world traveler because it said that in 2019, I traveled a total distance of 3,178 miles. That's hardly an oil change, guys. you talk about a homebody, and that's even on a year when I went to North Carolina and to Indiana. Normally, I would, the reunion is only every 5 years, so I won't be going there again until, let's see, 2024, I guess, if I'm still alive. And then the Cigar Box Festival thing in North Carolina. So if it wasn't for those two places, my mileage count would probably be, I don't know, 500 miles or less, because I just don't go anywhere. And I thought that was kind of funny. Let's see. Greg says, nerd word buttload. 126 gallons of wine. Okay, I'll take your word for it. Paul Stewart says, I got the Google email also. Yes, I do have an Android phone. I have an antique. That's not even in here. I have an antique Galaxy S5 that I use. Obviously, should have a lot of miles on his. You must have your location thing or something turned off. Although I didn't know you could turn it off. I thought they just spied on you all the time, regardless. But yeah, 17,046 miles. That's way more than me. Way more. But yeah, there you go. 1984. Big Brother's alive and well. All over. I remembered to set the timer today too, because I got about 8 minutes left. So we can talk about whatever you want to talk about. We don't have to talk about Big Brother. Yeah, Hobby says, oh, it hadn't popped up over here yet. He says, he had it off. It said I did not visit any places. I just turned it on. Gotta let Big Brother know where I am. Heck yeah, man. You know. Now, in some ways, yes, I did, Ray. Yes, I did. Let me pull that back up. Ray's Ray's pretty slick, and he's on it right there, checking me out. Let's see if I zoom in a little closer. Okay, now look here, Ray. If I zoom in, see this little red dot? See how Danville's back here? There it is. That's where I was. I always get a New Winchester when I'm home. That's it's gonna be my final resting place out there. Gonna have my ashes scattered out there somewhere. But yeah, that's it. Because see, showing Danville, there's I don't know. Well, here's Westview, so that's where the high school and all is. So yeah, this is out here. Let me see if I can get County Road 200 West. Yeah. Yeah, so it must be, that's the farthest red dot. West of Danville. So that's got to be it, I think. Although, no. The more I look at this, maybe I'm not going far enough out here. But I definitely did get a New Winchester. Always get a New Winchester when I go back home. You're welcome to go with me, Ray, if you want to, next time I'm up there. I actually spent a lot of time, spent a whole bunch of time going through the cemetery in New Winchester. It says 1984 was written in 1949. Yeah, that's another good movie, man. If you haven't ever, he says that's high school. Well, I did drive around the old high school. Drove around, a little bit. Let me try to see what that is. So, maybe I didn't go far enough out here. Well, no, there's been. Oh, yeah, here's New Winchester, and it's not showing a dot there. But I was right there for a long while. Sorry, I actually met somebody new out there that was out at the grant the place where the New Winchester School used to be. It's tore down now, but and got to talking to him, and he's showing me some pictures and stuff. And then I went right down the road, just down 75, maybe a half mile from the intersection of 36 and 75, and spent probably an hour or two walking that cemetery. Um, so yeah, Ernie Pyle is 36. Yep. Um, Steve says, "How did I end up in Georgia?" That's a long story, and I've got 3.5 minutes left, so I'm not going to start that one. Uh, this might be it. Maybe a weak cell tower in the Winchester. Yeah, I don't even know if they have one out there, but maybe I got far enough away from um, civilization that uh, it lost me there for a little bit. But you can bet if I go to Indiana, you can bet I'll go to the Winchester. You can put it in stone. In fact, if you scroll, Ray, if you want to double check me on, you want to fact check me on this, you can go to my timeline on Facebook and scroll all the way back until that weekend, that last weekend in September, and you'll see where I posted uh, some pictures of New Winchester that I took with my phone. Yeah, in fact, Ray, I don't know if you saw the pictures, but I took a lot of pictures at the cemetery. I know that sounds weird, but when I got there and got to looking around, I could not believe how many people I knew there. And Tim Kaler's there. Um, um, Darn, I got to think of his first name. Keith Branson is there in that same cemetery with Tim Kaler. Um, yeah, Ronald Cool. Hope you're healing up, Ronald. He said he's having coffee from the hospital. Glad that you're watching, but I'd rather you be watching at home. Michael Bell says he's late, but he's here. Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah. Ray says I'm not checking you. Well, you can check me if you want, Ray. But like I said, you know me, buddy. You know I'm going to go out there. That'll always be home for me. I always drive out west on 36. Look at the where I grew up. Always go by there, and then it's just another few more minutes to New Winchester, and I always go there too. Yeah, I might have pictures of the headstone, Janet. I'm not sure because I remembered seeing the name. Um, I mean, there's just so many people. I didn't realize that there was that many people. 'Cause I've been away from Indiana a long time, and I didn't know there was that many people out there. But I got out of the car, and it was actually before I even got out of the car. I'm like, we're driving through, and I'm like, yeah, I know them, and I got out and I started taking pictures of some of the things, and I'm like, holy cow. Only got a few minutes left. Let me see if I can find those pictures right quick. Let me see. Ray might be interested in seeing those. I think I've got. I will show them tomorrow if I don't, because I'm about out of time today here. But I know I put them somewhere. But just like everything else, when I put stuff somewhere, I'm like, yeah, I put it in a safe place so I won't lose it. There's my timer. And I can never remember where that safe place is. Yeah. I'll have to, Ray, if you come back, check us out tomorrow. I will show those pictures. I thought maybe I might be able to find them quickly here, but I think they were on my. In fact, they're still on my phone. So if I look, a lot of times I'll dump Wait a minute. Here we go. What is this? No, I was here a while ago. That's not them. That was before. I'll have to find them. But but yeah, I took a ton of pictures. And what kind of got this all started, Ray? If you're still watching, the whole thing is I was staying at a hotel in Plainfield, and I stayed there because I knew the reunion was going to be in Plainfield uh, this time, and also I knew that Leela Darnell from her obituary that she was laid to rest in, I can't think of the name of it, Cartersville. I think that's it. Cartersville Cemetery, Spring Hill, I think is the name of it. So anyway, that was my main goal, is to go by that. And so I spent an hour and a half, 2 hours probably walking around that cemetery until I found her. So, and then I went on out to New Winchester, and that's what kind of Cartersburg. Thank you, Ray. That's what it is. Yeah. But I think the cemetery, I want to say it's called Spring Hill or something like that. I'd have to look. I'm not sure. Yeah, Janet's. You guys are on it. You know what I'm talking about. Um, anyhow, that was kind of what, and that's weird. You don't you go back home for a reunion and spend the day walking around cemeteries. But that's what I did. Um, that's what I did. But I'll dig those pictures up, and if you guys come back tomorrow, I will show them. And y'all heard my timer go off, so I'm gonna get out of here for this morning. I got a lot of stuff I got to do. I know you guys are busy, but I really appreciate y'all coming and hanging out with me, drinking coffee, and I really appreciate it. So hit the thumbs up on your way out if you haven't already. I'd appreciate that too. And we're going to get out of here, and we'll see y'all Friday. We'll all meet up here again at 9 o'clock. Bring your coffee.